why would you say fake? Considering like someone like you wear like brass. You're always wearing brass. Did you get? And I'm like, oh, what would you really know about diamonds?
You can never tell what is diamond except you know what diamond is. And she can't even tell because she doesn't even own one.
Shades being thrown here and there. Samantha was blowing hot. It's okay. So let's get into the episode. You see this particular episode, it almost felt like there's so much that is going on behind the scenes that we do not know about, that we're not seeing, because there are some things that they showed and I was just like, how did we get here? Where's the genesis of this thing that I'm watching right now? It got me doing maths here, puzzles there. I was just trying to solve things, but I was able to solve, a few things. And when I get to those parts, I'll just let you know what's up. I'm going to let you know how, I came to that conclusion. You would also try to make your conclusions. Let's just get into it. Welcome back to my channel, guys. If you are new here, please do subscribe. Turn on your post notifications so that I can get notified each time I post a brand new video, and don't forget to give it a thumbs up. So, Cape Town, South Africa. You guys remember in the last episode that Arafah said she was going to be taking the ladies to South Africa. So that is where this episode began. And as for the villa that the housewives stayed in, it was so gorgeous. Like, the place looked so calm, so classy. It was just giving everything that it was supposed to give. Well done, Arafah, well done. You did a good job. Then at the beginning of this episode, they just showed the ladies arriving. And as for Comfort's outfits, you guys, I cannot really say that I understand what it was about. The only thing that was specific from me is it was just like I should just take a needle and just punch it somewhere so that it would just poof. That was the feeling I was getting from the outfit. I did not really understand it, but it's okay. So now it was time for the ladies to get their rooms, of course. So they started going around, and the way Arafah arranged it was that when you enter inside, you're going to check for the card that's on the bed. If it has your name, you know that that one is your room. So all the housewives, they had seen their rooms. It was now remaining Tutupai. She went downstairs to the basement, and that is where she saw her name. The next thing, she went upstairs. She just told them that she's leaving, that she's going to lodge, that she cannot stay there, that's where the basement is where you keep the help and all of that she cannot stay there. And they were like, what's going on?
Arafah took me to the BQ, the room that you normally keep the help, the one that leads to the back door, and every other, that one. And let me know when dinner is ready. I'm going to Radisson. Come. People are running mad in this place.
She was just not even having it at all. Then some of the housewives now went down to, take a look at the room. They were not telling her that, the room is not bad now. She has a nice view. She was not even having it at all. She was like, can't you guys see that this is a basement? How would they put her in the basement? I think the room wasn't so bad, to be honest. Although they don't give us like a proper view of the room, but she wasn't just having it at all. After some time of a lot of bickering back and forth, Arafah told her that it was a joke, that she just wanted to pull her legs because she knows that she's that kind of person that would fight for a room. So she just wanted to pull her legs. Then she now showed her a different room, and that is how the room problem was solved. Glory be to God on high. Even though in Arafah's confessional, she said that she was not joking, that Tutupai deserved that room because she had been causing a lot of problems among the ladies lately.
I feel like everybody understands and knows my house. I can't be here. This is a private view. What are you talking about? This is the BQ. Every house setting, this is BQ.
Calm down. It was all a joke. This is your room. Because you always act up for rooms. I told her I was joking. I'm really not.
Real Housewives and room wahala is like 5 and 6. There's always a fight over room space. In fact, it's even worse when they go outside Nigeria. They are even lucky they did not go to Dubai, because at the moment, Dubai is at the top of the list as the #1 basketball quarters. Relationships, friendships always break in Dubai in a very brutal way. So, at this point, they had chosen their rooms. Everything had been settled. The next thing they showed us was their dinner. During the dinner, Arafah just spoke about the fact that this trip, she wants it to be about reconciliation. She was just preaching peace. And then they now started an exercise. The exercise was just about each of the housewives talking about what they liked about each other, and then also saying what they would like the person to improve on. So that was what they set out to do for their dinner.
I just wanted us to like form like a real sisterhood and, you know, walk through our differences. Basically, I'm just going to go around. I'd like us to share and learn from each other.
So Arafah decided to lead the way for the peace talks. As she wanted to start, Comfort just told her that, babe, we need something. We need to have something on this table before this conversation starts. Not that we'll just, you know, start talking. When we never chop, we never drink, nothing. That's when Arafah now remembered that, okay, there's even food there. And then they now proceeded to go get themselves what they were going to eat, which is better because if she didn't say anything, that's how they will allow the food to get cold, the way it happened at OJ's place.
I would go first.
Hello, please. Can we have a cold drink or something before we start with this long grammar, please? After this.
I apologize.
There's a lot to talk about, right?
OJ Posherella and Tutupai did not participate in the food. OJ was just sitting down there with like her straight mean face. Like, you would know that babe is here for Abi, she's ready for any kind of basketballs that comes her way. And then Tutupai was not even participating at all. She was just pressing her phone, just absent-minded, not even wanting to participate in whatever it is that they were doing there, right? So Comfort explained what her outfit is about. She called it All That She Wore, and I found it quite interesting, right? So what she did was that she took pieces of from all the outfits that she wore throughout the show and made it into a gown, right? And I think it was quite interesting.
So I call it All That She Wore.
Oh, all that you wore, where? Oh, I recognize you wore this at OJ's Arabian Night.
Correct.
You wore this when we had a photo shoot.
Yes, correct.
You wore this at a photo shoot.
Okay, you won
too.
now.
There was a whole lot going on with the outfits, but I don't think it was a bad concept at all. I think it was a cool concept. So then I started their peace talks, the conversation that they said they were going to have. Arafah started by telling OJ that, you know, she sees her as a very nice person, a sweet person, and then what she would need to work on is not letting people take advantage of her kindness. And she also continued like that for Samantha, what she liked, what she would like her to work on, Tutupai, and the rest of the housewives.
Sammy Mama, I love how your feathers aren't ruffled. I think you would need to work on your lateness. Tutupai, I love that you're generous. You would need to work on how your head touches sometimes.
Now it was time for OJ Posherella, and she did not come with peace at all. She came guns blazing. She went straight for Arafah, talking about Arafah calling her diamonds fake, you know. And in Princess's confessional, she said that it was Tutupai that gave OJ Posherella the gist. OJ Posherella was now addressing it, and while she was addressing it, she was throwing shit at Arafah. She was saying, you wear brass, how will you know diamonds, this and that and that. I said, okay. Samantha was also keeping the same energy in her confessional, talking about Arafah not knowing what diamonds are.
Why would you say fake? Considering like someone like you wear like brass. You're always wearing brass. Did you get? And I'm like, oh, what would you really know about diamonds?
You can never tell what is diamond except you know what diamond is. And she can't even tell because she doesn't even own one.
Samantha's energy was pretty off as regards Arafah in her confessional. Samantha, that is known for minding her business when it doesn't have anything to do with her, was just on about Arafah being fake, being three-faced, and always talking down on people's items, which is something that Arafah did mostly in her confessionals.
She's fond of talking down on people's stuff. She's fake. If you ask me, she's too three-faced, not even two.
So it just got me thinking, like, how did Samantha get to know about all of that? Is it that she has seen some of the Arafah's confessionals or what? Like, that thought just came to my head. It's either that or there's just so much that happened behind the scenes that we did not see. Although in the next episode, like episode 12, they showed that Arafah and Samantha had an issue. So I'm sure that contributed to it. Then I'm also questioning how OJ Posherella got to know about Arafah saying that her diamonds are fake because she didn't say it in her presence, right? And this whole thing of them saying it was Tutupai that said it to her, you know, too, is not really aligning to me because Tutupai was not even there by the beach when this conversation was happening. And even if she got to hear about it, she's not close to OJ Posherella at the moment. In the past 2 or 3 episodes, she has been giving her that up vibes like, okay, me and you don't have anything. So how is she the one that carried the gist to OJ Posherella? How? So the only thing that was coming to my mind is that maybe they're showing the housewives some of these scenes that are going on. So they probably showed her like the Arafah scene where she said it's fake, just to stir things up. You know, this is just me thinking it's possible that it didn't happen, but like this whole episode just got me thinking that what's going on? What's really going on? Where is all this energy coming from? How are they knowing about all these things? So that's just the energy I had, but I just let me, put it out there. What do you guys think? Moving on, Jerry, I'm not even gonna stress myself anymore. So at this point, OJ Poshorela and Arafah, they were still on about the whole diamond fake and no fake. OJ Poshorela was still throwing shades. Arafah was trying to pass the point across to her that there are certain things that you're supposed to have if you're selling diamonds. The next thing, OJ Poshorela said, you're not my client. I say, ha. Wow. As for Arafah, she was not even in that mood of trying to fight or anything. She just wanted them to reconcile. So I actually like the way she handled it, and it turned out that she had already apologized while they were on their way to South Africa. She apologized on the plane. So there was also that. Apparently OJ Poshorela wanted like a more public apology.
You should always have a tester.
I wasn't selling to you. You're not my client.
So sorry that you feel terrible.
I know that you have apologized countlessly, but I need to express myself.
And that's fine.
She apologizes. It's fine.
I apologize to OJ, but it's what it is.
For me, I feel like this was her chance for her to come with the tester and show that these are real diamonds. Like, show us proof instead of focusing on Arafah's apology that is not going to change anything. I personally still don't believe that the diamonds are real, and obviously I feel like a lot of people also feel that way. It's just our feeling. It's just our feeling. So it's left for you to now prove that okay, it's real, then we'll believe you. But I'm not her client. What she say, I'm not a client. So obviously, like, she still has a client out there. But I feel like it would have been nice for her to just show that, okay, this is it. And that would have been a better approach than this thing that, she did. Then it was Tutupai's turn to, talk about what she liked about the ladies and what she wanted them to improve on. She said she was not going to participate and that she's not in a good mood, she's not in a good space.
So based on the events that happened yesterday, I wouldn't be contributing much. I'm not in a good place. I don't want to use the wrong words, but I'm almost like I don't give a shit. I don't have real friends on this table. I don't want to have. I just want to do what I need to do in SA. Go home and be Tutupai.
Now we have Tutupai that is giving attitude and is clearly angry about something that we know nothing about. How were we supposed to put these pieces together when we did not see what happened? It turns out that there was a fight the previous night before the dinner. When the whole thing was happening, I thought maybe it was even the room situation. I did not know that she had a fight with Princess, and we missed that. How are you guys gonna make us miss that? How do we put these pieces together? So moving on, Tutupai, at some point, she was not really participating at all. The other ladies decided not to really give her any kind of attention. She sat down there. After a while, she left. They did not even answer her at all. They did not behave like anything happened. They didn't go after her. And I was so happy. You see, people that like attention, the only punishment you can give them is not giving them that attention.
Bye, Felicia. See you. Bye.
Really rude. But this time around, nobody went after her. I was like, okay, that's how you want to do,
We all know we see through you, and we're not encouraging and enabling you anymore.
I was just liking the energy. The other housewives were just like chilling, having fun. It seemed like they, had a good time, continuing with their thing and didn't even send anybody. Then the next morning, we had Arafah going to the different rooms to, just to have conversations with the housewives and still on the whole reconciliation, sisterhood situation. She went to Princess's room first and gave her the package that she had for her. And apparently Princess's package had more things than the other housewives' packages. And I was like, this reconciliation process is not a small thing, coupled with the fact that Princess had the second best room.
So everybody got two, right?
Yes.
Really nice.
Well, yes.
Again, she has extra items for me because I'm a new bestie now.
So they started talking about what happened the previous nights with Tutupai, and Princess just gave like a little insight as to why they had their issue. That's Princess and Tutupai. So apparently it had to do with loyalty. Princess was saying that Tutupai is not loyal, and she also had an issue with Tutupai just sticking to what she believes and not wanting to, even not seeing maybe her wrongs and just sticking by how she is, doing what she wants to do. It was, the big picture was just like loyalty.
You guys are not going to fight on these people. You guys
I'm
are
not
going to
see.
make up
So for
because
me,
we're going to have fun.
For me, it's the loyalty thing.
You felt she was disloyal?
Yes, I easily forgive, right? But when you're just trying to justify what you did and saying, oh, it's you, and that's how you talk, you know, it's an accumulation of different things.
That's how they carried us back to episode 1, where they were trying to set it up with a guy. And from what I got from the conversation, it's I feel like the previous nights, the conversation came up and Tutupai was acting like she knew nothing about that arrangement. Meanwhile, Princess said she told her about the whole getting a man for her, and Tutupai was aware, but she was acting like she knew nothing about it. And it was just like, this is where the confusion as to what exactly caused the issue started. Like, this is where everything was just like mumbo jumbo. But Princess in her confessional said she know they do a friendship again. She's done.
I was stunned.
I was like, why would her friend talk about that? Like,
I told her, she knew, and she said, oh, that'd be a good idea. And then you come and do as if like I didn't.
act like she
See,
didn't
I'm a
know
loyal
what
person, but it's looking like she's trying to throw me under the bus. For me, that was so pretentious. And you're not my friend. I wash my hands.
Meanwhile, the package that Arafah gave this was really, really nice. So after Arafah finished having the conversation with Princess, she now went on to have a conversation with Tutupai. Tutupai was not talking about the fact that obviously herself and Princess are not, they're not in good terms. And Arafah now asked her, why was she not dragging all of them into the equation? Because she literally messed up the whole dinner. Not really messed up the whole dinner, but she passed on the energy to every other person on the table when they were having dinner. So she was just asking her why she now decided to drag all of them into it. Tutupai was kind of still being a little bit defensive. In Arafah's confessional, she now yapped Tutupai that she's 35. I mean, no, that she's almost 40, and you know what they say about 40. It was basically the whole talk of a fool at 40 is a fool forever. So Tutupai needs to get herself together now before she gets to 40 and will not be able to change things again.
I mean, obviously, I'm sure people can see that the countenance between myself and Princess is unresolved.
So why do you keep dragging the rest of us?
I'm standing my ground on what happened because first things first, nobody on that table is your friend apart from me.
Girl, you're almost 40. And you know what they say?
So at this point, they now also took us back to a comment that Tutupai made in her confessional. So in her confessional, she spoke about the fact that if the ladies were so happy in their marriages, they are not going to, they won't be outside, right? And this is something she said in her confessional. I also don't know how Princess got to know about it. I think maybe she told Princess or what, I don't even know. But from what I got, she was saying that she doesn't get why if Princess is getting angry over it, then Arafah, Samantha, the other people, they were supposed to also get angry.
I passed a statement at your drag party. I was saying if everyone's marriage was perfect inside, they wouldn't be outside. And then I said, Princess, you can't take offense because if you take offense, it means Arafah and Comfort, Samantha should also be upset. I mean, if it was so perfect, they probably wouldn't be outside.
So Tutupai now went on to say that the conversation being brought up on the table got her angry, that she was shocked by it, right? So now this is also that part where I'm like, which table? Is she talking about what happened the previous night? Is she saying that Princess exposed what she said to the rest of the housewives and she brought the conversation out to the other ones? Or what? Like, this is why I don't like to miss those kind of fights. And because, just trying to put two and two together is just very exhausting. But moving on, I'm not even going to stress it anymore. Princess and Arafah, Princess and Tutupai, they will be fine.
It was a shocker to me that it was brought up on the table. The fact that my reaction is upsetting Princess, I don't get it. I'm entitled to feel how I feel. You said it to me. It was my situation that was aired out.
It's now a case of enough is enough with Tutu. You can't keep saying you know how I am. You just have to take me for how I am.
Arafah kept letting her know that her behavior in general had been terrible and she can't continue to behave like that. She can't continue to be disrespectful to people. Just letting her know that this is not just a one-time thing. It's something that had accumulated and that's why it came out this way. And after some time, back and forth, Tutupai now apologized to Arafah In her confessional, she said that the people that deserve an apology are going to get an apology. She apologized, they hugged it out, and that's where everything ended.
This was not a big deal, but it has been your attitude all through. You can't keep on being disrespectful to people.
I disrespect when I get dug out. Okay, I'm working on that.
I take full accountability. Things that I've done that I know I have fucked up on your side, I acknowledge them and I'm sorry.
You're gonna make me cry.
Don't cry.
From you to
Then Arafah went on to OJ Poshorela. She just, gave her bag and also apologized to her again. From there, she went to meet Comfort. Apparently, Comfort was in the kitchen trying to put together what she was going to eat. And guess what Comfort brought to South Africa with her? Gary to drink and granuts. I was like, legend. I feel like she was in the Bible, she would have been one of those wise virgins. So she had a Gary there and granuts because she said she wasn't really understanding the food that she was seeing there.
Yeah, brought me to South Africa. I don't understand what I'm eating and what I'm seeing. So always be prepared. I want to check Gary.
You brought me all the way from Nigeria?
Hey, before Uncle. You don't want me to make you a bowl?
No.
Then Comfort now brought up the whole tension that was going on between them. Arafah now said that she felt like they had settled it on the plane, that she's even surprised that she's bringing it up now. Comfort now said that the way they had the conversation on the plane wasn't really them resolving the issue. It was just a case of them agreeing to disagree, and that's not like the way forward. So they needed to really trash it out if they are going to move on from it.
I guess for me on the plane, it was we got to the point where it was more an issue of we will agree to disagree, and you felt I am the one who hurt you.
So the conversation continued, and Comfort was now reminding Arafah about what they talked about as regards to how they were going to set an example for the other ladies, being that they were the oldest in the group, just when it comes to conflict resolution and how they handle issues, that they were going to set an example, and also that they agreed that they were going to keep each other in the know, which is what Arafah wasn't doing, and she was also she was doing the opposite of what Arafah was doing. And then they now brought up the Tutupai situation.
You feel that Tutu said certain things to you. How was I to know if you didn't tell me? But every time there was something that was coming towards you, I let you know, because it's only with information would you be able to be prepared.
So Comfort also told her that she felt ostracized, that she felt like there was like a gang up on her from Arafah and some of the other ladies, and it probably had to do with what she may have told the other ladies, right? Arafah now told her that she hasn't really told them anything, that the only thing she has told them is the fact that she didn't want to be close to Comfort because Comfort has a judgmental spirit, which is what she had, according to her, she had already told Comfort that. So if they took it a particular way and acted on it, that's not on her.
I said, Comfort, I've never wanted to be close to you because you have a judgmental spirit until you explain your situation growing up.
I admire the fact that she has been clear that everything she did to me after that was deliberate. I'm judgmental, you didn't like my vibe, you didn't want to be my friend. She tied my hand.
Arafah also spoke about the fact that Comfort described her profession as like a shower work. If you don't know what a shower work is basically like prostitution. So she said that Comfort described her work in that manner, and she has also seen Comfort with her friends, and she just knows that okay, there's no friendship that can happen here, basically because they are not the same people, they are very like different people. So she already knew that there's nothing that was going to come of it.
This is from when I got married in 2004. So that's I've seen you in your space with your friends, and I'm like, after all, you came to the post studio and you said it now. You're like, hey, before I invited you there, you're like, see this Asha, why she invited me? So yeah, I've not done it.
So from this conversation, it's clear that from the onset, Arafah had already cancelled any potential friendship between herself and Comfort, even though they were saying that they were working on it and all of that. I don't think that Arafah was ever open to that friendship, right? But the thing is that there was no point of her even trying to act like, oh, we're trying to be friends, when she knew that there was nothing. She had already blocked her mind from that. She would have just gone with the people that she relates better with, or the people that she felt like their vibe matches more. Instead of that whole situation, maybe Comfort would have now even been closer to another of the housewives or not. But, it would have just been easier. After some time, Arafah apologized, right? But it didn't seem like she was still getting it at this point. She was still feeling like Comfort was the one that did something bad to her. So, you know, I don't know how she was looking at the situation, but from the way I perceived it, this whole thing was, it was Comfort that really received the heavy part of it, right? They had a meeting at Junkyard where Comfort was literally trying to heal from the situation, the viral messages that Tutupai sent to her. And then she also is also in that same meeting that Princess revealed that Arafah said some things about her marriage, which Arafah did not debunk. So you have Comfort there just receiving, oh, you're saying this about my marriage, Tutupai is doing this, I'm still feeling hurt about this. And then she's still, then Arafah also got her own side of it, but that one was from Princess. The next day, I mean the next time, you have Arafah going off at Comfort for not maybe standing by her or not being a friend, shouting that they're not friends. Like, what did Comfort do there that deserved that situation at the golf center? I think that it was just like, I feel like it was a selfish conversation, like Arafah asking all of that from Comfort and not really doing anything. You're not trying to find out how she felt about what she heard about you, I said about her marriage, even if it was true or not, but like, she didn't even try to explain. You're not trying to find out how she's doing concerning the Tutupai situation at that point. You're just like point. So she didn't really still get it, yeah. So the apology to me was just like, okay, let peace just reign. Comfort said she just wanted that, and you know, that's how they settled.
I'm really sorry though that this is where we're at from where we started.
She's apologized. She's finally understood my point of view. Good.
I don't even have
After that, they showed where the ladies went on a boat ride, and that was basically, in fact, the ladies now had like ginger for this particular boat trip. I mean, a boat ride. They all had like good energy. Everywhere was like vibes upon vibes. Tutupai said that she didn't know she was going to, you know, really vibe, but she ended up vibing. Comfort said the same thing, but you know, that's where everything ended. You guys, this episode, I mean, this season of the Real Housewives of Abuja, long, bro. Just when you think it's about to end, you just, the next thing you just see, next episode begins. I mean, next episode begins so time. I was not expecting it to be this long. It almost feels like the first few episodes could have been edited better. Like, they could have added more into episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, instead of like all the, it's almost like everything happening from episode 4 or episode 5 or something. But you guys, let me just end this video here before my throat will fall out. So that's it for this video. Let me know what you think about this episode. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I'm going to see you on the next one. Bye. Love you.